TikTok. Hello. I am with Crystal Starn here for the Crystal Starn Show. I'm super excited. Thank you, Crystal Starns. She hasn't started it yet, but I wanted to do it live with you guys so you could watch in on this. If you're interested, tune in. So yeah, Crystal Starns has become a friend of mine. I super duper love you, Crystal. And yeah, whenever you want to go ahead and get going. Yeah.
Sounds good. So happy you're here. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we going? Have you started?
We are gonna go right now.
Oh.
Welcome to
This meeting is being recorded.
With your host, Crystal Starn, airing on Just TV. Today we have a special guest that's here with us, and her name is Rachel Roberts. And Rachel is a chef, a podcaster, and she's doing a lot of things, and I'm so happy that she's here to tell all of you what she's doing. So welcome, Rachel. How are you today?
I'm fabulous every day, Crystal. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I've been so excited about doing this because Crystal said, you know what, just talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm like, okay. We're going to be on for a while.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Watch your stuff on Facebook, and I think you're amazing, and I think you're doing like a lot of great things, and I'm just so happy we connected.
Me too. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am Rachel Roberts. I'm in Houston, Texas, like you said. I am a chef. I do movie reviews and more. I'm a co-host for them for over a year. I have a show in the mornings, my own little talk show. It's called Coffee Talk. So you can find me on all social media platforms and just look up at Rachel Roberts Recipes, and up I'll pop every morning except for the weekends, Monday through Friday. So the other things I do is I'm working on a cookbook. It's called Eat Clean, Drink a Little Dirty. So that will be, I don't know, one day. It will happen. And I have been asked to be in a movie, small part, so I'm excited about that. Let's see, and a TV show, possible TV show. Crystal, you know about that. And, you know, I'm looking forward to everyday adventures. I get asked to do radio. You will see me somewhere, but that is who I am. Rachel Roberts in Houston. Happy to be here. Crystal, thank you so much. And today, some of the things I wanted to share with you because I'm 49, I'll be 50 this year, and it's hard. It gets harder. You know how it is as a woman our age to continue to keep up with looking young, looking beautiful, and it's, you know, the struggle is real. So I wanted to share with you some of my favorite things, and let's start off with my routine, how I start my day. Okay, so first thing I do is I wake up and I drink my Balance 7. This is fantastic. Crystal, you know about Balance 7. I know you've been using it as well. Do you, right? This stuff is...
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is how you keep your body in a pH. It is a... Oh my God, lifesaver. People have had cancer and have come back from that. It has turned an old man's hair from gray to brown, and I'm not even joking. The man who started this, Al, is an old man, and he started it and because of all the people that were getting strep throat. And so he really wanted to find another way to get people healthy again. And what he found out is that it did so much more. And I'm so glad that he came up with Balance 7. I use it every single day. You do 3 ounces 3 times a day unless you've been exposed to the funk. If you get exposed to COVID or a cold, I mean, strep. My little one, I have 2 kids, and my little one is 8 years old, and he comes home from school every week with something. So Balance 7, I mean, right now, I am not even joking, my kid has strep. We went to the doctor 2 days ago, and the doctor, yeah, confirmed. But you see, I am not sick because of the Balance 7. Otherwise, yeah, I don't have some kind of, you know, superhuman immunity. I would be getting this. He even sleeps in my bed. I know that's embarrassing, but he does. All right, so starting off your day, Balance 7. Then you have to wait 30 minutes, and then you drink some hot lemon water. That's what I do. Or you can have your coffee. Let's see. After that, I do my katsu. This is my favorite workout in the world because I don't have to work out and I don't want to go to the gym. You know how it is with COVID still lingering, and a lot of my friends, they got sick from going to the gym. So you can do this at home. You can do this cooking. You can do it doing your chores. You can do it anywhere. It is the best thing ever. It is bands that you put around. They have armbands and leg bands, and you just put them on and you hook up the little machine. Now, a lot of times people think that this is that electric current. No, this is blood pressure. It's like when you go to the doctor and they check your blood pressure, and it tightens and then releases. And here's the little unit, and this is the Kaatsu, Kaatsu. And you can get Kaatsu online, www.kaatsu.com, and you put in Rachel 10 and you get $100 off. So that's pretty cool. Now, $100 off right away. I'm sure some of you are out there like, how much is that thing? Well, I'm going to tell you, the best things in life, they are not cheap, right? No, you're going to spend a little bit of money, but you don't have to go to the gym. I'm telling you guys, I've been doing this for 2 months. 2 months, that's it. And I have got muscles. Oh, isn't that incredible? Yeah, I love this thing. So, best thing ever. Yeah, well worth the money. Totally works. The other thing it does, this is interesting, is besides getting, it really helps with wrinkles. So it sends blood to all the capillaries, like in your head, helps women with little spots, helps men with little spots. That is no joke. Did you know that? I mean, I know. Yeah, I know, Crystal, you've got one of these. Yeah, it does. It helps all sorts of things. And it helps keep you healthy because it raises your nitric oxide level. And when you do that, you don't get sick. So this is another thing that on top of, everything else, it keeps you healthy. Now, then in the mornings, what I do is I wash my face or I shower, and I put on my favorite creams, which you can get at o4skincare.com. Everything that I talk about, if you put in Rachel 10, you get a discount. So this is Dr. Nuristani's line of skincare products, which I love. If you look up Dr. Nuristani, this guy is amazing. He's fantastic. He's on all the shows, the TV shows and everything, because he has really come up with some great stuff. He's also the CEO of the Balance 7. And so importance of keeping your body in pH with your Balance 7, it's keeping your skin in the right pH. So this line is a hydrogen-infused, oxygen-infused line of skincare. And it's so funny is when I started this, Dr. Nuristani asked me, he said, do you do Botox? I said, yeah, of course I do Botox. I'm 49. What do you think? So he said, you know what? This is going to be the Band-Aid between your Botox. You're not going to need it as often. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just send it. Well, he sent me this stuff and I started using it. And I was probably 1 month after I'd had Botox. So anyway, at 2.5 months, now I've been getting Botox since I was in my late 20s. I was doing it as like a preventative. Now in my 30s, I actually found that I would need it. And I'd start to see movement. I only get it on my forehead, but I would start to see movement at about, the 2.5 mark. And if I didn't get the Botox, I look like a Shar-Pei. So, it's important. At 3 months, I got to be in there getting that Botox. And it's funny, if women out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you get Botox, it'll start to fade, and then you're like, dang, you don't have a large window of opportunity there. Got to get it. When I started this line, and he told me it was the Band-Aid between the Botox, I just was like, okay, just send it. Let me see. I started it, and I found that my 2.5 mark came to make the appointment, and I didn't need to make it. There was no movement. So I was like, okay. So every week after that, I was like, oh my God. And I was going on social media and I was like, oh my God, look, this stuff is great. I still have not made my Botox phone call. At 3 months, I didn't call. 3.5 months, I still didn't call. By 4 months, I was starting to see movement. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make my appointment. And I did. And so I did it at like a little over 4 months. So the creams, pay for themselves as far as I'm concerned, right? Because Botox, it's not cheap. You know how expensive, you're looking up in the hundreds. For these 3 containers, it's $50. This lasts me a little over a month. And it comes with 3. Now there's a one and it's got like a yellow. And, it also helps, your neck. This is a skin tightener. So it helps that little waddle, women start to get that little movement. When I use this, I don't get that. And you can see, look, I'm good. But it's funny is there were all these floods and crazy rains out in California, which is where the doctor is. And his shipment came in late, and it took me 3 weeks when all that was happening to get my product in, and I started to see movement here, and I was like, oh my God, I need this stuff. This is not about me, like promoting this stuff. I need this stuff. And so I absolutely stamp of approval. Rachel Roberts agrees. This stuff is definitely worth the money. And like I said, there's 2. It's a yellow cream and a white cream. You put the yellow on first, then you put the white, and I add a drop. Now this isn't the doctor's stuff. This is castorati oil, which I do a drop of this because right now in the winter months, my skin at, my age, it tends to be a little drier. So I need a little extra. And this is a castorati oil. I add that to the white cream that you put on over the yellow cream. And it gives your face this beautiful glow. And glow is, to me, it means healthy. So I like that. All right. And then on top of these, there's an as needed gel, which is fabulous if you're going to be doing TV and whatnot. I haven't used any today, but you can put it under your eyes and it does that thing where it's like, and it like immediately you look like you have no wrinkles under your eyes. So it's fantastic. All right, those are my favorite creams. You can get those, like I said, at 04skincare.com. Put in Rachel 10, you get a discount. All right, so face makeup done. And then I start off my day with my vitamins. This is 04 Nutrition. These are fantastic because it's a powder. So my age, 49, I was taking a handful of vitamins and I hated it. I mean, those great big ones and the little ones, it's a pain in the katush. So what I like about Nuristani's vitamins is, first of all, not only everything, but they also have super greens, super fruits, all the essential minerals, amino acids, digestive enzymes, and probiotics. So there's a lot more. I wasn't even doing a probiotic for it. And probiotics are super important. So in the morning, what I like to do is I mix this usually with some Greek yogurt, like a little bit of half a cup of Greek yogurt, and I add blueberries, and I add a handful of mixed salted nuts, and I add, a little flax and a little chia, and I just mix it all up, and I eat it, and it's delicious. It also kind of holds me over until I eat. This is about around 10:30, and it's the first thing that I eat during the day, because I'll tell you, and I'll talk about this a little bit more, I hope to, is I do intermittent fasting. Do you do that?
Yes, I'm trying that right now.
Okay.
I actually like it. It's kind of hard though to do, but I am trying it.
Well, it is. I tell you what, once you get your body, and it takes about a week. Once you get your body to where you want it to, it'll start to obey, and it's not hard. But you just got to get used to it, and I think that's what takes a little time, maybe like a week or so. But anyway, intermittent fasting. So about 10:30, I break my fast with, and usually, like I said, I mix it with that stuff. But you can just mix it with water and drink it. It's delicious. Okay, so I got my morning vitamins in. My evening vitamins, this has calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium. So they help you relax. So at the end of the day, you want to do one little scoop of that. You can mix it with water. Delicious. Done. One of the things I get is psoriasis occasionally. That time of the month, I notice I get a little bit of a flare up here around my neck, gets a little red. My friends really notice it when they come over. Sometimes a little red right here. This is called Smooth Skin. It's one of the same stuff. It comes with the Balance 7, and I just spray it. It's great for any kind of skin condition that you've got. Love this stuff. All right, my coffee. Oh, because every morning I have coffee talk. And so I, of course, I want to drink good coffee. It's very, very important. My favorite coffee is the Java Pura. I've tried many, many coffees, but I love these people. They are actually not far from here. And so I go over there and I drive them crazy. But what's cool is this is not a coffee shop. This is not like a Starbucks. They are actually roasting the beans. So you see in there these big, big bins of green beans, and they put them through these huge roasters. And on the bag, every bag has a date, and it's stamped with the date that it was roasted. I love that. So the coffee is super duper fresh, and it smells incredible. It's the best coffee ever. In fact, this is the one I'm drinking. Let's see. Yeah, roasted on February 14th. And it's the Don Teofillo. This is a very, very popular one. This is sold here in Houston at Central Market, which is like our fanciest, grocery store. I love that place, of course. Anyway, Java Pura, you can get your Java Pura, www.javapura.com, or you can call 713-523-5282, and you can order it. And you tell them Rachel 10, you get a discount. RACHEL. All right. Let's see. Balance 7 also comes in many different sizes. I like the big jug. I put it in my refrigerator because, it's I got to tell you, Balance 7, it has got a little off. Have you been drinking it? It tastes a little off. It does. This is not like, how they sell the alkaline water and you can get all those things at the store. This is not that. This is a concentrate. It is completely different. So this is really, really, really how you're going to put your body into pH, which, that's like I said, this is keeps you from getting sick, cancer, all sorts of things. It's super, super good. So this is definitely not a water. And if it tastes off when you first try it, it's because you really, really need it. The more you use it every single day, 3 times a day, 1 ounce, no eating or drinking before or after, it gets better. It does get easier. And if you're exposed to the funk, 4 times a day. Yeah. So, to me, I can't live without this. And I tell people all the time, friends, relatives, everybody, please get on Balance 7. The guy that started this, did you know Al? Has he told you the story about how he actually loses $20,000 a month on this stuff? You know why? Because he gives so much of it away. So to him, he's this old man in his 90s. He said, oh my God, it's not about making money at this point. It's about, to me, what feels good is saving lives. So he gives this stuff away, and it's incredible how good. I love all the stories that I get back. When I tell people about this and they try it, they come back within a week, like with these crazy stories of stuff, how it's changing their life. There was a woman, so I shared this with this guy, that I'm friends with, and he said, Rachel, he called me, he goes, I shared it with this woman that I'm friends with. This woman could not get out of bed. She was, she had horrible stomach pains, and this had gone on for 20 years. He said her whole life is just her being in pain. She goes to all these specialists, takes her 30 minutes just to get herself up out of bed, and then she's vomiting, throwing up. She can hardly walk. It's just, it's so bad. So I shared it with her just to see what would happen. And she said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to try it. 4 days later, she called him up and she said, Alan, I need to talk to the people. I need to talk to these people. My whole life has changed. I don't have any pain. Everything is gone. She said, I can't believe it. And it's putting your body in the right pH. For her, it changed her life. She said, for 20 years I've been in pain, and now I'm okay. So I love it. I shared it with this old man that from down the street, and he, comes in. He's a very old man, and he was like, and he got some, and he came over 4 days later, and he's like, Rachel, and he's like, I need to thank you. He's like, I need some for my girlfriends, and he's like, we're going to go dancing. He's like, I love this stuff, and she needs it. I was like, oh my God. So guys, get your www.balance7.com. You can put in Rachel 10, you get a discount. It's it's not expensive. I think the big old jug is what, $30 or something like that. I don't know. It's and it's so worth it. Save your life. Love that stuff. All right. What else? Oh, so yes, I am a home chef, and my whole thing is eat clean, drink a little dirty. So in the evenings or afternoon, before I, start fasting again, which is at 5 o'clock, I do like to have a little nip sometimes. And so right now, this is my favorite. As you can see, there's nothing left in it. Silk is a really, really good whiskey. This guy, Silk, CYLK, he's fantastic. He's actually a friend of mine. He was in that movie, White Men Can't Jump. Fantastic stuff. So he's still making movies, and he's also making, good stuff, whiskey. So that's what I do. Also, eating clean. Very, very, very important to eat the things that you grow. So I like to go in my garden, of course not right now because everything frozen is dead and I need to replant everything. But normally that's what I do. I would go in the mornings barefoot and just, grounding outside, nature, and seeing what it is that is growing. And that's what inspires me for the day on things I'm gonna cook. I'm working on a cooking show. I've got a guy, Jimmy Allen Sign, who flies in or drives a big old tour bus in from LA, and he's shooting a show. We've got 3 episodes already shot. It's super exciting. I'm looking forward to him. He's actually coming back in a couple days, so that'll be fun. What else? Intermittent fasting, talked about that. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure, Crystal, that there's more. Oh, in the morning, in my coffee, collagen. Do you do this? Your collagen peptide.
Yeah, right. I don't take that kind, but I do take collagen.
Okay, yeah, I love this. It has no flavor, no taste. I mixed it in with my coffee. It's wonderful. Good stuff.
Where do you get that at? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, Costco.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And
call it again, Vital Peptide. Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. But you know what? They have this everywhere, but I think the best price is at Costco. And sometimes at Costco, it's like $10 off. So I really, really like it. Oh, God, hair loss. At our age, big time, this is an issue. So these are things that they do not, pay me to talk about them, but I just want to share that I really like these products. Minoxidil oral. This stuff is fantastic. This is kind of a new thing. It's not, it's the spray that people put on their head. I hated that because it changed, your hair looks yucky throughout the day. I mean, who wants to spray that on your hair every day and then have your hair look like crap? Well, they make it in a pill, and the only side effect is it does make hair grow everywhere. So you got to be aware of that. I've got now little peach fuzz on my face, which, it's blonde. It doesn't bother me. I just leave it alone. I can't, if I can't see it, who cares? Right? It also, I was looking it up, and it's got anti-aging and certain types of cancer. It reduces like tumors. So all around, I think this is a stamp of approval on my part. The other thing I like a lot is tretinoin. Now, every now and then, this is what I used before I was using O4 skincare. I was using the tretinoin. This stuff is fantastic. I'm sure, have you heard of this?
I have
Oh,
no
wow. Okay, so you can get this on online, Nurx, Nurx, and this is a prescription, but like I said, you can do it online. You can get an online prescription. Tretinoin. And this stuff is fantastic, but be aware when you use it to do it exactly as they say. You have to use just like, I mean, one little pea size. If you use, and then when you wash your face, you want to use a very mild, like Cetaphil cleanser. Dry it completely. Let it dry for 20 minutes, and then you want to put this on, and nothing else goes on. So, and then you're going to get peeling and all sorts of stuff. Once you get through the process, you are left with really nice baby smooth skin. And then I would, stop. Like I said, I was doing this, but it was almost too harsh to do on a, continuing basis. But when my skin, after it peeled, the Nuristani's skin cream really, really was a great way to like start this stuff. And I love it. Well, I don't know. I think that was everything that I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah?
Did you want to talk about your Rachel recipes? Like your show that you might want to do in the future?
Sure. Okay, so Rachel Roberts Recipes, and I'm still trying to come up with the perfect name for the TV show, but that's been a lot of fun. Eating clean, like I said, so making things. The other thing I wanted, to tell you is that I do, I'm not going to say full-on keto because I did that years ago, but low carb is definitely, and sugar-free. These are things that I do to stay healthy and young. And like I said, I started keto years ago, but you got to be really, really careful. And I think people don't know this. If you have high cholesterol, which I have hereditary high cholesterol, there's nothing I can do about it. As healthy as I eat, which is extremely, extremely healthy, I would go to the doctor and my numbers, I am not even joking, would be over 400. I know, right? That's crazy. So, I mean, they were always telling me, you need to be on Lipitor. They need it. And I finally, after years of trying to get it down, I could never get it to the right place. So I started taking Lipitor on the smallest dosage, and that actually worked. But when I started keto, I was like doing it full force, and that's what made those numbers go over 4. So you really got to be careful knowing what you're doing with the keto. I tweaked the keto at some point. So now I do, it's mostly fish and kind of like the Mediterranean diet, but I still kept the things I really liked about the keto, like no sugar. I quit sugar years ago. And the other thing is, no low carb. So, and nowadays there's so many things out there, so many great, like the low carb tortillas, there's the low carb bread, there's even right now, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and everybody's going to be eating, the corned beef, and then, making Reuben sandwiches. They even make, you can find on Amazon, a couple days ago, I was looking it up, the rye bread and the pumpernickel bread, low carb. I love this. So of course I'm going to be ordering that. That's going to be something that I'm going to be shooting this week probably, is the St. Patrick's Day show. And also you can find me every month in the Katie Christian magazine, and you can look it up online, and you can get a free recipe of Rachel Roberts recipe, because I have a piece in there. I've also been in Envoy magazine and Custom Trends magazine. And like I said, I've done radio and fun stuff like that. So yeah, fun things. Life is an adventure. Oh, I know. Working out. Before I work out, I use the O Power. This is fantastic. Before I work out, I do the Awakening. Have you seen these? These are, no, I haven't told you. Okay, this is some of the O4 nutrition stuff you can get on their website. So this one is the before, and you drink a cap full of it before you work out, and you just get more of a really, really good workout. And then the drops are after, under your tongue, let it sit for 30 seconds, and then swallow. I love these things. Yeah, and when I'm doing my katsu, This, our show is like all over the place because I've got things like all around me. When you do your katsu, do you move your arms? What do you do?
I usually use like maybe like 10-pound weights because I don't want to lift too heavy because
You
I'm
don't.
nervous.
Yeah, you know what?
Make sure I did it correctly.
Yeah, it's 10 pounds is actually a lot. You know, you might want to bring that down to 5 because what happens is when you have these on, it feels, even though it's only 10 pounds, it feels like it's, 50. It's like, oh my God, you get a really, really good workout I like the band, this thing. I love these, right? That thing is awesome. And then I have one of those old school leg things that, you do like that. I love to use that as well. Or I'll do, like you said, a light weight, and then really just doing everything slow. And I gotta say, this has been a wonderful thing for me. I love mine. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the things that I love. Crystal, thank you so much for having me on. It's been so much fun. I look forward to, the TV show that we may have, on the same platform, playing around with that idea. And if so, I can't wait to have you on as a guest on my show.
Thank you so much. And I'm excited for everything that you're doing. And I would love to come on your show. And I'm excited about your show. So I hope you get that started soon. I think you'll do great at it. You're amazing.
Thank you, Crystal. So are you.
Thank you. Was there anything else that you want to tell the audience, like where they can find you?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. If you put in @Rachel Roberts Recipes, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I have a YouTube. Everything should be, should pop up. Also, just staying happy. I think that's really important. For me, staying happy is because I'm single. I know there's a lot of people out there, I'm sure like your own, it seems like you have a really good husband and a marriage, but I think my picker is off. So I've been single for a very long time. And it's what keeps me happy. I don't have anybody to argue with. And I have, it's just about me being my own, being in charge, being a boss, and I'm happy. And, staying happy. And so every day I wake up, I've got so much energy and it's just like it explodes out of me. And reinvent yourself. That's what I did years ago, about 3 years ago, 4, 5. When did COVID start?
I think like a couple years ago.
When?
I don't even remember.
Well, when that started for me, it was... I was one of those people that just got so scared and so freaked out, and I did not leave the house for 6 months. And I had everything, all my groceries were sent to my door, and then I would go out there like in a hazmat, so waiting till the people left. I sprayed it all down outside with some kind of cleanser and Lysol. Then I would bring it in and everything would be put under boiling water in the sink, and I would scrub all the I was crazy, right? Absolutely. But
I was too. I met somebody like me because I did the same thing similar to what you did.
Yeah, it was nuts, but we didn't know. We'd never in our lifetime ever had anything like this happen. So to me, everybody was like a possible person that could hurt me with this stuff. And I didn't want to get it. And in the beginning, it was like people were dying, right? Remember, it was bad. And so all these people that were going out doing gloves and masks, I'm like, y'all go out. I'm staying home. I was like, I'll see what happens. Y'all go out and let's see what happens. Because then they were like, oh, wear the gloves and wear the mask and you should be okay. It should work. But they didn't really know for sure, right? We did not know. So for me, it was all about staying home. And when I did, being, kind of a social cat that I am, I needed to feel like I was still connected. And I remember at the time there were all these challenges. There was a push-up, on through social media, people were doing all these push-up challenges, 30 days, do this, 30 days. So I was doing that and I started turning on my camera So you could actually scroll back and see me like, doing these like push-up challenges in the morning. And I was like, you know what? I like this because I'm staying connected with people. I'm talking to people. I'm posting these things. My Facebook exploded like almost overnight. I was receiving, and it's still to this day like this. I don't know why I get so many people on Facebook sending me friend requests, but on Instagram, it's like, somebody will follow me, I might get like 10 a day, but on Facebook, it's like hundreds. I can't even keep up with it. There's no way if I went down that list of people that have sent me requests, and you are only allowed 5,000. So I now send out a little message to people. Okay, I'm at 5,000, go over to Instagram, and I don't know why they cap it out like that, but they do. Anyway, I reinvented myself. I started doing, I've always loved to cook, being Italian. Food has always been really, really important. I'm not one of those people that can just eat something because, it's good for you. It's got to taste good. So the food that I make, even though it's healthy, clean eating, you wouldn't know. So, like I said, I reinvented myself. I started doing cooking shows, and then Coffee Talk, which is, my morning show, and I just love it. I've made so many friends, and I started a couple years ago. I was adding people that are in the entertainment industry. A lot of people that said they were Brad Pitt and people like that. Yes, but then every now and then, the more people that I added, I would actually come across a lot of people that really were the right people, which I thought was crazy because I remember a time where, the thought of actually having a conversation with like Britney Spears would have been, not that I'm like Britney, but that was somebody that I was friends with, for a little while on Facebook when like a couple of years ago. Now she changed her name and I don't even know how to find her again. But, she was just a little crazy enough to be friends with just some random Texas chef. And she was actually like, oh my God, when I come to Houston, I want to come to your house. And I went, because at the time, now she's married to the guy, but she's like, my boyfriend and I, we like to watch your cooking shows. And, and she would sing. And she's just a really cool person. Well, so like I said, a couple years ago, added, people in the industry. Now, I think about 90% of the people I have on my Facebook are people that are somehow tied in. Either they're authors or somebody in the movies or somebody. And what it does is when you open up those doors of communication with all these people and you're putting stuff out there on social media like this, these are the people that are watching you. So now I'm starting to get offers from people like, hey, you want to be in a movie? Yeah. Of course. Hell yeah. So, I get more opportunities that come my way, and it's definitely an exciting ride. Definitely.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for sharing everything that you shared today. I'm definitely going to try some of them other products. I'm interested in like that skincare stuff. Definitely. And I like all the other stuff that I've tried so far.
Good.
So, well, thank you again for coming on, and thank you everyone out there for watching. Until next time, I hope everyone has a fabulous day. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Crystal.
Hey, you're welcome.
Ooh. Let's see. Okay.